You're live.
Hi, and greetings and welcome. I'm Reverend Lexi Renee, and I'm here, and we're going to be discussing the first degree of the Correllian tradition. And let me just tell you that the purpose of the study group is to familiarize everyone with what the first degree is, what is Wicca and witchcraft, and how does that relate to each and every one of us. One thing that I really hope to gain from this experience is, for myself, a better ability to teach and to give this information to others, as well as I hope each of you find your own spiritual path and find your own way in the way you relate to deity. I'm Lexi Renee, and I'm a mentor of the first degree and the Correllian tradition. I'm also clergy within the Correllian tradition. And I work at the World of Witches Museum as a ritual leader, a tour guide, and assistant manager. And all of these classes that we offer are free. So if you're local, feel free to walk in and join us. Today I'm alone, and we're going to do the lesson anyways because I have a wonderful audience via the internet. And really, what I like about the Correllian tradition is the fact that all the materials should be available to all seekers. That, there's really not that much secret that we teach that the wider public can't know. And that's really why we're wanting to get everyone involved. And it doesn't matter if you're Correllian or not, you're still welcome to join us. So first of all, what is Wicca and what is witchcraft? What is meant by witchcraft is a relatively unorganized pagan religious practice involving magic and spiritualism. And what is Wicca? Wicca is about you. It's about your place within the universe, your evolution as a spiritual being, to become one with the universe. Wicca is about you moving forward and growing, about learning, growing, and becoming the most that you can be. Now, Wicca is based on reverence of the divine and reverence for nature, and all of her cycles. It's respect for the earth and all the creatures within and on the earth. Wicca reveres the natural forces of nature and sees them reflected in the world around us, in every person and everything. Wicca has great reverence for deity. We approach deity within many names and many forms. We often compare deity like a diamond. Just as this diamond has many facets, so does deity have many faces. If you come from Australia, England, Africa, you're going to view deity differently depending on your culture. And this is okay, because just as this diamond has many different facets, so does deity, or God, have many faces. And this is the cornerstone of all Wiccan belief. So, how does deity come to a person? Well, in the Correllian tradition, we believe that deity comes to each person individually, and that your relationship to the divine is unique, and that your relationship to and deity's relationship to everyone is highly individual. Not everyone will have the same understanding of deity, and that's perfectly okay. No one really has the right to decide which is the best way to interact with deity. No one has the right to judge another person's relationship with deity, because each person is different, and their relationship to deity will be different. This is why we respect all forms that have been used to honor deity. So what exactly does it mean to be Wiccan? And I'm going to read this directly from the paper because I want to make sure that this is as strong and as correct as it can be. To be a Wiccan is to move at one with deity and to be one with the universe. To be a Wiccan is to honor nature and all that is in her, to acknowledge the life in all things, and to be in harmony with it. To be a Wiccan is to work with the seen and the unseen, to learn the magical secrets of stones, of plants, and animals, and to be open to Spirit's messages. To be a Wiccan is to use every tool available to grow, to take advantage of every opportunity given, to expand yourself, and to become the best that you can be. To use magic, meditation, and ritual to overcome all limitations, all fears, and all imperfections. And to move always in harmony with deity. Always to the good and always in accordance with your highest self. This is what it really means to be a Wiccan. And if knowing these things you still want to be a Wiccan, then these lessons can really help you grow. And this is a great beginning for you. There is one law that most of all Wiccans follow and agree on, and that is, do as you will, but harm none. Wicca has a very strong moral base. By moral, we mean that we treat each other with love and respect and honor each other. So we know what Wicca is, and we know what magic and basically what witchcraft is. Okay? Now, what is paganism? Well, the word pagan means from the countryside. And this goes to show how pagans follow indigenous native religions rather than the book religions. The book religions are those religions that follow the Bible or Abrahamic ways. Pagan religions are built up as a result of observing nature and taking in experiences. And this is how we are very living. We're a very growing tradition. All pagan religions grow and change with time. And this is okay, because in order for it to survive, it changes just as nature does. All of these beliefs were developed by observing the natural world around you. The trees, to the ground, to the birds of the air. In taking these lessons, you must understand that you're not just learning some interesting things about magic and pagan religions, but this is a spiritual path that is unique unto you. That everything that you learn within the first degree, you should personalize, because ultimately it's about you, and it's about your relationship to the divine and to God. Through these lessons, you will develop strengths you did not know that you had. You will face your deepest fears and overcome them. Wicca is a path of transformation and growth, which will challenge you and lead you to a renewed and enriched existence. Now, you're not going to get all of this just by the lessons. To fully experience this, you have to do the work. You have to live, you have to breathe, and you have to be Wiccan. You have to live what is taught and really develop it for yourself. You're not just going to experience this by the words that I say. So what exactly will you be getting from these lessons? If you complete this course, of 12 lessons, you will be eligible for initiation to the first degree of the Correllian tradition. The Correllian tradition is a highly philosophical tradition, which really focuses on your relationship to the divine. I skipped a page. One. We believe that deity is within all things. Therefore, all paths can lead to deity. Wicca is not an exclusive religion, and coming here and joining our study group, you don't have to be exclusively Correllian. We're very open because we believe that all paths lead to deity. We do not believe that one must belong to any given faith or tradition. Being a Correllian initiate does not limit you to only being Correllian. Wicca really seeks to open your thinking and not to limit it. Some of the things you can expect to learn within taking the first degree. Traditionally, it takes a minimum of a year and a day to complete the first degree and to achieve a Wiccan degree. First, we have our introduction, which I have done now. Our first chapter is on magic. What is magic? What it is not? And how does it relate to each one of us? We have the cosmology. It talks about the nature of deity, universal energy, and the soul. For our third lesson, we have personal power, which explains the psychic tide and how this energy has to do with you, and also the wheel of the year. Lesson 4 is on the altar. It basically explains how to put an altar together and why would you want or need an altar. Lesson 5 is the 8s, which talk about the 4 quarters of ritual and the elements and all of their magical associates. Lesson 6 is the circle of art, which talks about the nature of ritual and its uses. Lesson 7 is on invocation, which talks about the nature of the gods and how to interact with them. Lesson 8 is garb. What do you wear to rituals? What do you show up in? And what tools can you expect to see? Lesson 9 are the symbols, the omens, and divination. And this helps to interpret symbols and omens. Lesson 10 is basic energy work. It helps working with spiritual energy of the body and of living things around you. Lesson 11 is herbs, oils, and incense. How to work with the spirits of plants in the form of herbs. Lesson 12 are stones and crystals, and how to really introduce yourself to the rich world of the earth, of the stones, and how they can influence you and teach you as well. Each lesson has several parts. It begins with the lesson itself, the exercises, the god of the month, the spell of the month, the glossary, and questions. The way I'm wanting to set up my study group is simply by in 1 month we should cover 1 chapter. The first month, the first week, I will be introducing to you your exercise, the energetic exercise, and 1 part of the lesson. The second week, I will introduce the spell of the month and another part of the lesson. The third week, I will be introducing the last part of the lesson and the god of the month and your glossary. On the 4th week, I will be reviewing all of the above and giving you the chance to test on all of the material, and also the a energetic exercise in unison with the group. And that is how I plan on setting up the study group here at the World of Witches Museum. And I very much hope that you will come and join me. And I'm very excited to be here and to be working with everyone. And I couldn't be asking for a better opportunity to learn myself. And with that, I hope you have a great night and blessed be.
Open it up to questions.
And if anyone who's listening has any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Oh, quick.
How often should one practice ritual?
Well,
Will.
thank you, Will. And when asking how often you should practice ritual, once again, this path is completely up to you. It is always what you prefer. If you feel that ritual brings you closer to the divine, then that's perfectly fine. You can do it every morning and every afternoon. I personally only practice ritual about once a week, and that's with the temple here. And some people prefer doing rituals every day and having a ritual for everything, whether it be pouring your coffee or helping with an ailment or sickness. How often you do ritual is very individual, and it's even individual within the pagan community as well.
Will says thank you.
No problem, Will. Talk to you later. Any other questions?
Reverend Onyx says, looking good here in North Carolina.
Thank you, Reverend Onyx. I wish I had the warmer weather, that's for sure. All right, thank you, and have a blessed night. And see you next time.